Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Let's Get Loud podcast. This is a solo podcast episode with and this is going to be a quick one because I have 19 minutes until my next meeting, but I'm like, I got this. I can do this. Okay, everyone, this is going to be the podcast to listen to if you are going on vacation. So, first of all, before I give you all my tips and tricks and all the things, I need to remind you guys that vacation is one of the most beautiful things in life. Okay? Please do not spend the bulk of your pre, post, and during vacation worried about what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear, how your body's going to look, how much weight you're going to gain. Absolutely not. Listen, we are on this earth for reasons bigger than that. And that mental energy that you are spending on that is unacceptable. And I'm speaking to you because I'm speaking from experience of someone that used to spend a very, very significant amount of time worrying, thinking, dare I might even say obsessing about this part of their life. And I do not want that for you. That is not a living a full life. So here you go. Here's your pep talk. Are you ready? Number one, no food is bad. You need to know going on vacation that no specific food is going to put fat on your ass. Now, we have been brainwashed by the diet industry that there are specific diet foods. When we put certain foods on this pedestal, it makes us feel like the other foods are bad. That is damaging. That also, when you're on vacation, makes you feel like you don't have access to anything but a massive surplus. I used to just think, well, that's just the way it is. Like, just everyone goes on vacation and gains 10 pounds, right? It wasn't until I started like looking around where I'm like, interesting. There are people that actually do not behave that way. Why? How? What do they have in common? It's their relationship with food. It's how they think about food. And they are not the hardcore dieters. They are not the people that ate only cottage cheese, egg whites, and chicken to look as good as possible on the beach for one day until they eat a chicken nugget again and they explode. Poof right out. Okay. So I need to remind you guys of calorie deficit. Calorie deficit is one of the most incredible tools that your knowledge, the most incredible piece of knowledge that you're going to bring on vacation with you. Because you're going to sit down when you're going to eat every single time, and you're going to remind yourself, this food is not bad. This food is not fattening. I can make any choice I want right now. I can enjoy this and still be in a deficit. I can enjoy this and be in maintenance. I can enjoy this and be in a massive surplus. I have a choice right now. No one food is bad. That is so important to know going into vacation. Okay. Because you don't always have the cottage cheese on vacation with you. And if you believe that weight loss comes with, and obviously, don't want to say obviously, most people are not on vacation seeking weight loss. But I also think most people are not on vacation seeking massive weight gains either. So it's basically like, how can I go on vacation? How can I enjoy myself without without coming back and my pants don't fit? Like that seems like a reasonable goal to me. So that's my goal personally. Okay. All right. So here is how I intend to accomplish that. Number one, move. I'll never forget, actually, I had a member a couple years ago went to not Las, yeah, Las Vegas, Las Vegas. And she was like, I lost 5 pounds. I don't understand it. I ate at restaurants. I drank. I lost 5 pounds. But this was someone who was extremely sedentary in their regular life. And they were doing like 30,000 steps a day in Vegas. And I was like, it's because you moved so much. And she was like blown away by it. And so movement, although not a tool that I use to create a calorie deficit, is just kind of smart for me, especially on vacation. And here's the thing, I love the way that I move my body so much that I want to do it on vacation. So going for walks, so whether it's morning walks with the other moms I'm going with or with the kids, but just playing in the pool with the kids, which is not normally my thing, not my thing at all. Neil's thing, Neil's really fun. I'm going to try to be a little bit more fun, really for me and not for them. And just like not just laying on my lounger, just like, hey, sure, let's play shuffleboard, let's play basketball. And even if it's just a little bit. So I really, really, really would like to move more. Okay. So that's a part of my plan for vacation. Number two is water. So water is so important to me, and I find that it's really easy for me when I'm home. I just have my systems and my routines and I stick with it, and it's accessible. You know what? Ice cubes are accessible. And when I'm on vacation, it's not always as accessible. So I just have to be a little bit more purposeful with it. Why is water so important? Well, I just feel better. I'm less hungry. I have less cravings and I have more energy. So water is really important to me. So that will be prioritized even on vacation. Like when we go on vacation, I hope you guys are building a life that you don't need a vacation from every part of your life. I hope you're building a life where you don't feel the need to like, oh my, like if you are like, I'm not exercising on vacation, maybe it's because you don't actually like the way you move your body. If you're like, I'm not eating that on vacation, maybe it's because you don't actually like what you're eating. Like imagine building, I want you guys to imagine this. Imagine building a life for yourself that you don't feel the need to have a vacation from it. Whoa. Okay, so food. So we've got movement, we've got water. What about food? So portions, portions, portions. I go to the buffet and there is bacon on tap. I can go to the buffet with my family at this all-inclusive resort and I can enjoy breakfast. I can have that exact same experience plus 3,000 calories. What I choose in that moment and how much I choose of it will indicate where I'm at, not the experience itself. Sometimes our perspective is that something has to be a certain way. And sometimes we think, well, eating at a buffet just has to look like that. That's your perception. It's not right or wrong. It's just your reality and your perception. And possibly we open up our eyes a little bit. We look around a little bit and we're like, oh, not everyone is feeling the need to consume a day's worth of energy and bacon around here. Interesting. And so I'm probably going to eat bacon every day. But what if I had one piece, two pieces, three pieces, and not 10? Okay. So the amount of what you're eating plays a huge difference. What's worth it to you? When you are there, just really focus on what's actually worth it to you. Like, is everything worth it to you? And if you put something on your plate and it's not worth it to you, don't eat it. Like, really lean into what's most worth it to you. So for me, I could, for breakfast, easily not have like a piece of bread. Like a piece of bread is not worth it to me. Like that's not special. Like I can have bread all the time. I mean, I know I can have bacon all the time too, but like, you know what I mean? So for me, that's an easy switch change. Bread, like the cakes, the pastries, that stuff is not really as worth it to me as other things. So I am going to put my energy literally into what's most worth it to me. So really kind of, let's say you're at a buffet, survey the property and be like, what's most worth it to me? What am I happy to skip on right now? And then the last piece when it comes to food is that abundance mindset, which is very much tested when you're in a buffet type situation. Listen, I call it buffet mentality. You go in, you're like, I am getting my money's worth. Okay. It's like a dangerous, listen, for me, I get it. I get it. I'm like, I'm getting my money's worth. I'm getting my money's worth. Why don't I just look at it from the perspective of like, I paid to have this experience of choice and I'm going to choose my choices. Like what if I just switch my perspective? It's not like I didn't pay to eat as much as possible. I paid to just have all these choices. I paid to not do dishes. I paid to make this easy and accessible. That's what I paid for. I didn't necessarily pay for eating as much as possible all the time. And especially when you're in a situation where there's literally going to be an excessive amount of food everywhere, over and over and over. So I'm going to have lots of opportunities to test my abundance buffet mindset and remind myself what's worth it to me, what is really worth it to me. And you know what? Sometimes things like fruit aren't worth it to me, which is like a traditionally like, oh, you're trying to like lose weight. Well, you should eat the fruit. But what if it's not worth it to me? Then I leave it. Okay. Even if it's fruit, even if it's a vegetable, like only put stuff on your plate that's actually worth it to you. Try to eat slowly, eat mindfully, listen to your hunger cues. Don't overthink it. This is a great opportunity for you to really practice abundance mindset. Okay, the last thing is drinks. Guys, this can be a real test for me. Okay, I'm kind of bougie when it comes to alcohol. I like quality alcohol. I like quality mixes. Like, don't even think about making me a pina colada. Absolutely not. So my biggest accomplishment, day one, my goal, big goals here, guys. Day one, find a mix, find my drink of choice. Find a mix that I really enjoy. So I don't like things super sugary, and again, not worth it to me. I know I will be having several cocktails probably every single day by the pool. And again, abundance mindset around alcohol. I did not pay the money for the trip to drink as much as possible every single day. That's not what I paid for. Okay. And this is me reminding me, this is my perspective. I paid to have choice. I paid to have freedom. I paid to have a pool bar. Okay. So for me, mix is just not worth it. I don't like super sweet. I don't feel good when I have super sweet mix. It just doesn't do it for me. Also, maybe because I drink 10, maybe if I only drank one, but I drink 10. So my goal will be to find a good mix. I mean, I'm going to Mexico, so there's tequila. Worst case scenario, we have shots of tequila, but I'm going to try and find like real lime juice, something. Listen, if you've been to Mexico and you actually, this is coming out too late for you to give me this advice. I'm gonna have to ask for this advice on the internet. You've been to Mexico and you found like the one with the drink when it wasn't super sugary. I need to know. So that's a big thing for me is like, I'm going to enjoy alcohol, but I want to feel good every single morning though. It's not worth it to me to not feel good in the morning. I want to take advantage of every single moment that I have there with the family. And so I really want to find something that I can enjoy and not feel icky doing it, because it's not just the act of drinking alcohol itself. It's like how much you're drinking and the mix that's in it that makes a big difference. So those are my plans. Move my body, drink water, have an abundance mindset when it comes to food, really to use portions as a tool, really skip on what's not worth it and focus on what is, and find a good mix for my drinks. And last but definitely not least, what is the purpose of your trip? Remind yourself, is the purpose of your trip to eat and drink as much as possible in 7 days? If you're saying yes, you go for it. You're probably listening to the wrong podcast though. But if you're like, no, the purpose of my trip is to have an escape from work, to spend quality time with my friends, to spend quality time with my family, to get some vitamin D, like what is the true purpose of your trip? Remind yourself of that. When you're in that moment where you're like losing control a little bit around the food, remind yourself the purpose of this trip is for me to be away, to spend quality time with my family. And is that where I'm putting my energy right now? Is that where I'm putting my focus? So really reminding yourself of the purpose of this trip can be an extremely powerful mindset shift. And as we're talking about mindset shifts, the perspective of what did I pay for? You didn't pay to eat and drink as much as humanly possible in a week. You paid for vacation. And so let's enjoy that in a more like holistic way. Okay, everyone, I'm going to finish. This was short. Thank you for listening. I hope that brought value. Let me know how you do your vacations. Let me know all about your Mexico drinks. I need to know everything. And we'll talk. Actually, as this podcast comes out, oh no, I'm leaving the next day. Oh, it's too late. Anyways, maybe you guys can message me and I can have one last drink before I go. Okay, anyways, I appreciate you guys. Have an amazing day. Thank you for listening. We will talk soon.